tax on sales and purchases. So in our 2017 before, we were using VAT, value added tax. Okay, there is a separate tax percentages for different states, but now it has been come up with GST, means goods and service taxes. So whenever we used to purchase any material, we need to pay input tax, and whenever we used to sell the goods to my customer, we need to collect the output tax from them, and we are going to pay the tax to our government. Okay, so in GST, in VAT, we are having a different tax percentage for different states. So there will be a standard things will be maintained, but here everything is changed. That's the reason we need to maintain the different condition types. Like these are the condition, like means we are having three types of tax or types of GST. Here is CGST means central GST, state GST, and integrated GST. IGST means integrated GST. Here we are not having any GST procedure maintained by SAP, so we need to maintain the GST tax procedure according to our requirement. Okay, and these are the conditions I need to maintain in system, and these are the accounting keys. What is the use of accounting key? Accounting key will be, for this accounting key, finance consultant will assign the GL whenever any tax paid on purchase or tax received on sales, that will be get reflected in that particular GL. We'll show that one. I'll show that one here. So I need to maintain these conditions because, as I told you, there is no GST concept in SAP. We need to create according to our requirements, but we are going to create in the same path and same T code in a different way. So these are the condition types we are having. Say example, GST input CGST, input SGST, and input IGST. And similarly, whenever, as I told you, whenever we are going to sell the goods, we need to collect the tax from my customer, right? So output tax or output CGST, output SGST, and output IGST. So this is what we call as condition types. This is condition types. So on that basis only, we are our tax will be get levied. Okay, then configurations I need to maintain the condition types first, then accounting key I need to maintain, then calculation type. Calculation type means, so condition and accounting key and all these details will merge in one screen. That is what we call as calculation type, or it is also called as pricing procedure or price or procedure, tax procedure. Okay, then after that, the calculation procedure I need to assign to my country, then again company code, then GL creation should be maintained, because whenever any CGST happens, that will go to that particular ledger. SGST, that will go to some SGST input or SGST GL. Like that we need to create the GL account. Then after that I need to maintain the check, cross check, means I need to check by going with FP70 to post the sales invoice and FP60 purchase invoice, whether it is calculating or not. Okay, here we are having one more thing you need to remember, that is sequence, access sequence. Means how we are going to calculate the tax, or how system is going to calculate the tax. On the basis of access sequence, or how the system access the tax with the help of access sequence. Here we are having access sequence called MWST. MWST means the tax classification. The tax classification includes country and tax code. It includes country and tax code. So we'll see that one. Okay. So on that basis, the tax is going to calculate. Okay. So we'll discuss and we'll see the configuration in system. Okay. I'll come to system. I'll come to IMG level. Then I'll go to financial accounting new, financial accounting global setting new, tax on sales and purchases, basic settings. Okay, here check calculation procedure, T code is OBYZ. First we'll go to access sequence. So double click on access sequence here. As I told you, we're having the sequence, the predefined sequence is there. MWST, as I told you, we're having tax sequence or access sequence, MWST. Okay, so just select MWST and double click on accesses. Means for this tax classification, what are the sequences there? Just I need to check what are the access sequences that I need to check it. And here we are having a table number 3. The table usually will be maintained by, so we'll discuss tables regarding table in coming classes, because all these tables will not maintained by functional consultant. As we are into functional, we are not going to maintain any functional. In functional, we are not going to create any tables. The tables will be maintained by ABAP consultant. ABAP table means what are the data we are going to create that should store in some level, right, or some stage or some table. The data will be stored in some tables. So we need to discuss regarding table in later. Okay, right now we are having a table called 3. Here, see table. So just press F4, you will get the table 3. 3 stands for tax classification. Again, it's a tax classification. And if you want to see the fields, what are the fields which comes under this particular table, just select the table number 3 and double click on fields. See, as I told you, tax will be calculated on the basis of country and tax code. Okay, so if you want to maintain the GST procedure, then we need to consider country and we need to maintain the tax code. You should remember. On the basis of these two fields, we can do the configuration regarding GST. Okay, so country will be obviously India, and tax code, as of now we not maintain any tax code. We need to maintain, or we need to create the tax code. Okay, so here if you want to do any changes or if you want to create your own, click on new entry here. If you want to create your own, or either you can use a MWST for your company code, or you can create your own. Say example, access sequence I will give PSAQ, and I'll give the tax classification for my company code PSD, and this is a warning message. Press enter and save. Okay, now how this PSAQ should assign, or PSAQ should access, or what are the sequence it should access. Okay, to do the changes, select PSAQ and double click on accesses, and here click on new entry. Then I'll give serial number 10, and to maintain the classification, from which table we need to select. As I told you, or as we are having two tables, I'll select 003. This is a standard table, no need to do any changes here. Or if you want to create your own tables, we can create, but as a finance consultant, it is not advisable to create any tables. Okay, it is not required. Okay, just click on save here. Okay, now if you want to check what are the fields comes under this particular table, just select 10 and double click on fields. See, again you can see the country and tax code. Save. Okay, now the tax classification or access sequence has been created. Okay, now I need to create this condition tags, these conditions, as we are having the 6 types of condition types and 6 types of accounting key. So first we'll create the condition type, then we'll create the accounting key. So for come back, sequence has been created, come back and save this and double click on define condition types. Double click on define condition types. Someone is using this screen. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, click on new entry here. Here I am going to create a condition type as PSI1, that is input tax, or input CGST for my company code PSD, and here I am going to assign the access sequence what I created, PSAQ, and condition class press F4. What type of condition it is a tax. Okay, then how you are going to calculate? On the percentage basis I am going to calculate the tax. You will get the values if you press F4. Okay. So on percentage basis I am going to create, or I am going to calculate. Okay, so this one has been created. Now I am going to click on next entry, PSI2, then input SGST, access sequence again, condition class D, calculation type E. Okay, click on next entry again, PSI3, input IGST, access sequence. Okay, again click on next entry, PSO1, this output tax, output CGST, and input PST. The remaining things will be same. Next entry, PSO2, then output SGST, sequence, condition class, calculation type. Next entry, PSO3, output IGST, save. So total 6 condition types has been created. Okay, now we'll go to next level and create accounting key. So come out from this level, and we'll maintain the procedure later. First we'll come to check and change settings for tax processing. T code is OBCM, and here we are going to create the accounting keys. Okay. New entries. Only 3 characters I can use to create accounting key. Here I'll give PS1 and description, input CGST for company code PST. Tax type 2, there is input tax, and post indicator 2 is separate line item. Okay, click on next entry or press F8 to create another PS2, input SGST 2 and 2. Next entry PS3, input IGST 2 and 2. Next entry PS4, output CGST PST. The tax type 1 and line it post indicator 2. Next entry PS5, output SGST, next entry PS6, hello. Sorry, you're not able to connect. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll continue that one. Okay. So tax type again 1 and line post indicator 2. Save. For 6 condition types, I maintained 6 accounting keys. Okay. Now I come back and I'll go to check calculation procedure again. There I need to go to define procedure. Define procedure. New entry here, and here I'll mention the procedure as PSD GST and GST tax procedure for my company code. PSD. Save this. Select PSD GST control data. Double click on control data. New entries. Here step is 10. Step means nothing but serial number. Counter means if you are having any steps, here we need to mention. And condition type, just we maintain the condition types. So I'll show that one. So step number 10, I'll give 10. We are not having any sub steps, so I'm not maintaining counter. And first I'll take BASP. What is BASP? BASP stands for base amount. So every taxes or any discounts or any thing which is there to deduct or add, which will be maintained on or which will be deducted on the basis of base amount or gross amount. So I need to mention this base amount or gross amount here. Here you can take base amount. Okay. Then 20. Just now we maintain PSI1, right? This is my input tax condition type. Okay. So on which basis, on what basis this tax should be calculated? So on the basis of base amount. On the basis of base amount, it should calculate. So I mentioned number 10 here. From means this tax will be calculated on this base amount. So I need to mention, I cannot mention base amount here. That's the reason I'm giving the serial number as 10 here. Okay. Then 2. From where to where I can mention, but here having only one option, that's the reason I'm giving only 10. 2 it is not required. And we are having option called manual. So what is manual? Manual means while posting the invoices, these conditions will be hidden. This condition should be hidden. If end user required to input this data, you can search and you can input manually. If you select this one, it has become manual, and end user need to pick from the system. It will not take automatically. Manual. And if I select as a required, what do you mean by required? It's a mandatory, right? Required. Then statisticals means the total average of different conditions we can maintain here. Okay, so you're online, right? Any question is there, Monica? Or Janani?
Sir, right now I have joined here.
Okay.
So you start at the time of your system that lock, no? That time condition type you are say started. So this is a condition type screen also.
This is a procedure screen. Creation of procedure screen.
Okay.
Okay, that will be recorded. You can go with the recording video. If you're having any doubts, you can let me know. We'll discuss in next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now statistics means the total value we need to maintain when in the case of 2, 3 conditions, then we need to take the total value, then we need to select statistics. Okay, statistics right now I'm not selecting, and this option we are not using. Then here we're having called one option called print. If you want to print the particular condition type, you can print like this: printing all item level, printing at total item level, total general, like that we can select. But I don't want any print option. And subtotal, sometimes the value should be copied from the grass value, but here I'm not taking any grass value, so I'm not using this one. And accounting key, what are the accounting key? Just we maintain PS1, right? PS1. Yes, PS1. Whenever any transaction happens regarding CGST, that value will get posted to general ledger with the help of accounting key. Accounting key, for this accounting key we are going to assign GL. Okay, then again 30 PSI2, 10 again PS2, 40 PSI3, again 10 here, and we need to maintain here, then accounting key PS3, 50 PSO1, 10 again PS4, 60 PSO2, PS5, 10 here, PS03, not 03, PS03, PS6. Okay, all taxes will be calculated on this base amount. So that's the reason I mentioned 10 here. For all taxes, it is calculated on base amount. Save. Okay, now what are the procedure we maintained that I need to assign to my country? So I'll come to this level, assign country to calculation procedure, Position, click on position, country IN, enter. There's some other procedure is there, so I need to remove this, and I'm going to assign my procedure here, PSD and GST, and save. Okay, now the procedure and general settings has completed. Now I'll come to calculation procedure. There I am going to create the tax code. Here I am going to mention how much tax or how much input GST and how much output GST I need to maintain. This I need to create here. Different tax codes for sales and purchases. T code is FTXP. Okay, just execute. Then country key IN here, enter. Tax code, here I can give any tax code, 2 characters I can use to create the tax code. So example I will take P2, it is already there. P3 I will take, okay, it is already there. I'm defining it. P3 P2. Not maintained, no, fine. That's good. country again, enter. So here I'll take P2, enter. P2 is input tax, and tax type here I'll take input tax because it's an input tax. I'll take press enter. See, these are the procedure which we created has come here. Now for this CGST and SGST I'll take 2%. Okay, so for example wise I took 2%. You can take any percentage. Okay, tax code P2 has been created. Now I need to create one more tax code for output. I'll give S2, enter, and here output tax, and tax type again output tax EA. This is a standard tax type is there. You can use that standard one, enter, and here for CGST output CGST I'll take 2% again. Save this. Okay, just so I created only two tax code. According to your requirement, you can create tax codes. Okay, now I'll come to posting. There I'm going to assign these two tax code to my company code. Okay, assign tax codes for non-taxable transaction. T code is OBCL. Okay, here click on position, company code PSD, and here tax code input tax P2 is there, and output tax S2. Okay, save. Now tax code is created, but as of now we not painted or we not created any ledger, and we not assigned the tax code to that particular ledger, right? So next step is I need to create a ledger, GL ledger or general ledger. So I'll go to FS00. First I need to create So I need to create 6 ledger. So first one is so here first I will create input CGST, input SGST, IGST in under current asset group, and in under liabilities and provisions group output CGST, output SGST and output IGST. Okay, so total 3 plus 3 6 ledgers we are going to create. Okay, I'll come to FS00, change the company code. Okay, I'll go to current asset first, click on create 200231 PSD, enter. Account group current asset, balance sheet account, input CGST account, control data, select only balances in local currency, select line item display, sort key 001, then click on create bank or interest, G001. The same way we need to create 2 more accounts. What I'll do, I'll going to copy 232 and I'll change the description as SGST, save, copy, and change to IGST. Okay, next I'll go to inventory of raw material as it is a purchase account. I'm going to do some changes here. So click on change, control data, go to control data, and here we're having the option called tax category. Just press F4. Whatever tax code we maintained or we created, just we got here, right? So either you can select this one, or better you can go and select star and select posting without tax allowed. Okay, now I'll come to liabilities and provisions group. Okay, now I'm going to create output CGST here. Click on create 100611. Company code is PSD. Press enter. Okay, here I'll take liabilities and provisions, balance sheet account. Output CGST, control data, select only balances in local currency, select open item management, select line item display, sort P001, click on create bank interest G001. Save. Okay, just reconnect, we'll discuss further. Okay, so now we'll copy the output CGST again, CGST, and change to 612 and output SGST. Save, copy again, and output IGST. Save. Now I'll go to sales account group here, and I'll select sales revenue account. Click on change, go to control data, and here again tax category, star, and select posting without tax allowed. Select posting without tax allowed. Save. Okay, now the configuration, so GL creation is over, and we are going to assign this to our tax code. Okay, now come to here in IMG level and click on define tax account. T code is OB40, path IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting global setting new, tax and sales and purchases, posting, and here click on define tax account. Click on define tax account. Now if you remember, we had created transaction or accounting key, so that has come here. Now I need to use that accounting key, and for that accounting key, general ledger need to assign. Okay, so here double click on transaction PS1, that is my input CGST. Double click on it, input your chart of account PSCA, press enter, just click on save here, then click on accounting, posting key, debit I will take 40, credit I will give 50. As we know, posting key, what is this? Save this. Then click on accounts. For this account I need to assign, right? just now we had created input CGST, that is 2002. 200231, right? This is my account number, and save. Now come back and double click on PS2, click on save again, posting key 40 and 50, account first save, then account posting key, account 200232. Next, come back, save first, come back, PS3, click on save, posting key 40 and 50, save, then click on accounts 233, save. Come back, PS4 output tags, click on save again, posting key 40 and 50, save, accounts 611. Come back, PS5, save, posting key, accounts 612. So come back, and last one, PS6, posting key 40 and 50, save first, accounts 613. Okay, now configurations part is over. Now we need to check whether it is working or not. Either you can go in FP70 or in FP60. So if it is deducting, then my configuration is correct. If it is not calculating, then I need to check the configuration. Okay. So I'll go to FP70 and I'll check whether it is calculating or not. Okay, go to FP70, or in easy access go to accounting, financial accounting, account receivable, document entry, FP70, invoice. Here I'll change the company code to my PSD, and I'm going to check the customer, or I'll take the customer. I'll give today's date. Sorry, I can give today's date. Okay. Amount 1 lakh. Text sales invoice posting, and this jail account number for sales revenue account, and select calculate tax here. Okay, we are getting error, the number range is not maintained for company code 2021. Okay, so let me go with T code FBN1. I'll take one more FBN1 or OBS7, you can use. So first I'll check with intervals which is maintained or not. Yes, already maintained. Okay, this is regarding sales revenue, right? Sales invoice posting. Then click on insert. Click on insert. Number is 2018. Here 2021. So I take this number. Okay, 521 something. Yes, this is a number. Yeah, not this number. 18. Yeah, this number I had taken. Save. Okay, now come back to FB70 here. Press enter. Enter. Okay, click on simulate here. Now what I've taken, and here I need to input. Okay, someone has changed the tax code. Tax procedure changed, I think. Go to WPG. Yeah, someone has changed. PST testing. Here I need to mention the tax code as it is a output tax. So sorry, sales. It's out. I need to select output tax. Okay. If you want to check, click on simulate. Click on simulate whether it is calculating. Yes, it is calculating. So I had taken 2%, or I mentioned the 2%, right? So system has taken 2%. Okay, now we'll save this. So my configuration is correct. If you want to see the display, go to menu path and select display. So this is the tax calculation. Okay, so this is all about GST tax procedure. Okay, so we'll stop here today and we'll continue the class next week. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, then bye. Good day.